Alright, at the end of the last episode, I said, oh, we're not doing sidecars yet. Oh, I'm leaving it on a cliffhanger. I'm gonna explain to you why I'm not using sidecars yet this week, so I am. I actually don't know if I should be doing sidecars this week. I haven't been paying attention to stuff, so I might have to run a quick Google, and then see if I actually... no, actually no, there's no point doing that. I'm doing 125s this week, and then for the sidecars, might as well explain why I'm putting the sidecars off for so long now. And the reason for that is that there is an anime coming out called Two Car about anime girls riding motorbikes. Not just motorbikes, because there's been that show has been. They've done that show. They're doing another show about anime girls riding motorbikes now, but this time it's not just motorbikes, it's racing sidecars. It's going to be sick, it's going to be great. I haven't watched any previews or anything, I've only seen like a little trailer, but I'm definitely going to watch it. It's probably not going to be up to scratch in terms of like good anime, but I'm going to watch it because it's about sidecar racing, and I dig sidecar racing. And also, I'm riding the Honda 125 because there's a Honda 125 CB Super Dream in my area that I'm interested in. By the time this video goes up, I'll probably have had my dad tell me whether or not it's a good idea to go after it. But it's it's the bike closest to my house that's actually good by a long shot. Even though it's a 1982 model, pretty much everything else around here is a fucking scooter. And the last thing I want is a scooter. The only thing that ruined fucking Bakuon, the only thing that made Bakuon not, like... I mean, it was never going to be a 10 out of 10, but the only thing that made me, like, not enjoy the later episodes of Bakuon was the chick that rode the scooter, because I cannot respect scooters at all. I fucking hate them. Apart from when, like, one of my friends has them, and then it's like, oh, well, I mean, at least you got a bike, I guess. But, like, when you're making an anime character, you have literally the choice to give them any bike. You know, you can give a Japanese high school girl, like, as her first bike, make it a 400, which you can't do in England. Alright? So, I mean, get that shit the fuck out of here, is what I'm trying to say, I guess, basically. I'm pretty sure the government are finally gonna phase out 50cc bikes soon, because I didn't hear this from a reputable source. I heard this from my buddy Reese, who rides a scooter. So, I mean, take this as you will, but allegedly they might be phasing out the 50s soon because they've deemed them unsafe. Because I don't know why, but I know why I would deem them unsafe, and it's not just because I am on the road, it's because they're not fucking fast enough. Alright, it's bullshit, man. 50cc bikes, get the fuck out of here. Man, you can barely reach the speed limit on a fucking B road, you know? It's like, what is the point? You know, oh, you get around, get to school, didn't you? I mean, you can get to school on 125. 125s aren't even that much more powerful than 50s. You know, I learned, my first bike had 110cc that I had, my little pit bike, that's still in the garage. I haven't sold yet. So I need to get around to doing that. Get some extra money, go towards insurance or actually buying a bike, which is something I need to do. Like I mentioned though, there's that Super Dream hanging around in Springfield, which is barely, you know, it's pretty much walking distance from where I live. So, like, I mean, I should be pretty okay, pretty alright to at least have a look at that one. And it's only 500, and so, you know, allegedly it runs. is what it says on its little Gumtree listing. It says it runs, but it looks like it's been left under a tree in the garden for a few years. You know what I'm saying? Like it's covered in like, even in the pictures, it's covered in twigs and stuff. I don't know. I don't understand why you would list your bike as being up for sale and just leave it like that in that sort of state. But that's the level we're on. So I'm willing to clown. I'm down to clown with that. I don't know if the one thing I'm kind of concerned about is maybe the lights and stuff won't work, because the lights and stuff on mine won't work. But that's my dad's fault, kind of. No, it's really more of a wiring problem, which my dad didn't touch, but it's my dad's fault. So yeah, there's a lot, and I mean a lot of Metal Gear Solid characters in this game. I swear there's a dude in this race called David Hayter, and like in a lot of races, Hideo Kojima himself shows up. I don't know what that's all about. If I get a 125, it's definitely not going to be one of these fucking race tuned ones that has 6 gears and does 130 mile an hour. You know, these are what you might call special race jobbies. These are not the kind of bikes a consumer would be able to buy. It's probably for the best. Because here I am advocating for giving 16-year-olds 125s instead of 50s. And I'm riding a 125, well, playing a 125 right now that does 130 mile an hour and has enough power to loop out on if you're not paying attention. So, pay attention, I guess, is the moral of the story. Which is something I kind of need to do more of in real life. I don't know what it is, but I don't know if I actually am paying less attention to the road than I used to, but it doesn't feel like I'm paying as much attention to the road as I should be doing or used to. So I've got to get back into doing that as well. Which sounds easy enough. I could do that. Ugh. Oh. A little bit close to that hedge on the inside there. If there is some greenery that I want to get close to, I want to nudge this bloke here off the road. Come on, pass him. Don't fall off. And I can't stay ahead. Now I'm ahead. He's going to go ahead in any second now. There he is. This is the rubber banding effect on show of this game. There's not really so much rubber banding at long distances, but when you're battling side by side with one of the AIs, it will be like a yo-yo. It'll be in front, then it'll be behind, then it'll be in front again, and then you get to a corner that you weren't ready for at all and completely fucked, and then he'll steal the win from you, it looks like. Come back. Return the slab. God damn it. If I hadn't been staring at him, I'd have seen that corner coming. David Ellis. More like David, fuck off. Yeah, I've got Hideo Kojima and David Hayter in the same race. I don't know what that's about. I wish I knew what that was about, but I don't know what that's about. That's my insightful commentary into this whole situation, by the way, is me saying, I wish I knew, but I don't know. Which is respectable, actually. I just want to let everyone know. That is a fine, good enough piece of insight into this whole situation. It's just, you know, just admit that you don't know. Sometimes that's fine. I mean, sometimes it would be better to know, but if you don't know, then you don't know. I guess. I don't know. Man, I need to pay attention to this game. Is what I need. Past the yellow guy. Probably never see him again. Got red, white, and green going up here. Past white. Past red. Avoid a wall. On the inside, past the green. There we go. He's coming back. And we're going to be doing this again. For God's sake. Don't do this to me, dude. Come on. Just like fall behind like everyone else after I pass you. Why is he struggling so much just to leave me alone on his Nvidia bike? Oh, look at me, I'm David Ellis, I'm sponsored by Nvidia. Please buy my graphics cards. They're really good, promise. Don't know what the point of advertising graphics cards and stuff is when, you know, you got a console game. How did he save that? What? Bullshit, he saved that. He should have been over the handlebars. I want a refund. Anyway, now that I'm past him. Oh, no, he's coming back. Why are they advertising for graphics cards on a game that came out exclusively for the PS2? Because you can't buy a better graphics card for your PS2. It doesn't work that way. And you can't play this game with any better graphics with an Nvidia graphics card on your PC. Because it's not available for PC. Unless you, like, emulate it. And emulating is only a recent thing. They hadn't invented it in 2005 when this... Well, I guess they had. You know, because the PS2 could backwards compatible PS1 games. I guess that's a form of emulation. But, like, you know, you couldn't... You wouldn't have been able to, like... PCSX 2.0 or whatever. Your PS2 on your PC when this came out. And I don't think, you know, they would have wanted to encourage emulation, because usually to emulate a game you have to download a ROM, and the ROMs you don't have to pay for, which means it's basically piracy. But, you know, I don't have a problem with piracy, but I imagine that the people making and selling a game might have a problem with piracy, because, you know, there's people not paying for the product they're trying to sell, but getting it for free. But if they wanted people to pay for it on the PC and use their brand spanking new Nvidia graphics cards, maybe they should have made it available for the PC. This game would probably have there'd probably still be a a cult following for it now if it was on PC and you could mod it and you could, you know, do all this and that to it. Someone could probably have modded in a co-op mode where one guy controls the passenger of the sidecar and one guy controls the driver of the sidecar. But they never can, because this game is a PS2 exclusive. I can't for the life of me remember if the new TT game coming out 2018, plug, please sponsor me. It's coming out 2018 because it's been delayed. It was supposed to come out this year. Can't for the life of me remember if that has the sidecars in it. I guess it does. I think it does. I'm fairly sure it does, but I don't know. I just don't know. And that's the truth. I've got no idea. I haven't got a clue. Not not a clue in the whole wide world. I don't know. They should have hired me as a voice actor for an Adult Swim show. I don't care which one, just any of them. I'd have I'd have fit right in. I would have. Not Rick and Morty. Not a real big fish of real big fan. Get it? Real big fish. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong with me right now. Feeling a little bit tired, a little bit out of it. Soldiering on. Not necessarily soldiering on, but I mean, you know, I'm. Is it really soldiering on if all I'm doing is playing a game? I mean, really, it's a bit childish if you ask me. But that's cool. That's whatever. I'm thinking this stage is going to be easy, considering how quick I just blew by the whole field, except for the green guy. Now I'm past the green guy as well. So if he can leave me alone, as we come into, I know the name of this town. This town is named Ramsey. Ramsey. That's the name of this town, Ramsey. And that turn there was Parliament Square. And you go past the car dealership, which is actually exists. They got a lot of the scenery of this game right. They did. You know, that's a major selling point of the new game that's coming out, right on the edge. A major selling point is, oh, we put all the houses in the right places and that sort of thing. But like they pretty much did that for this game as well. You know, I mean, you can't really make kind of, well, you can, but it's kind of poor form to create a track in a racing game and then have the scenery be completely wrong. You know, sometimes you can get away with it if it's a gimmick, like Laguna Seca in that one Star Wars game, Pod Racer game. I can't remember which one. Like, a lot of the time, if you fuck up the scenery, everyone will be like, well, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like how when people first started to see gameplay of Maple Valley from Forza Motorsport 7, they were like, why are the trees green? You know? I can't remember what the explanation for that was. I don't know what the trees look like in current Maple Valley. I'm just not really interested in Forza 7. Because I don't know what it is, but I feel like they fucked up Forza. And I can't quite put my finger on why, but it just feels a little bit fucked. And Gran Turismo is going the same way. When Gran Turismo Sport comes out, you know, I'm going to be like, well, not my Gran Turismo. You know what I'm saying? Gran Turismo Sport, pretty much not looking like a Gran Turismo game at this point. I think I heard that it was supposed to have a day one free DLC of like 500 cars, but there's still pretty much not going to be a career mode. So like, what's the point? The whole point of playing Gran Turismo is to collect 17 different Honda Civics. You know? It's like, that's the fun. That's the whole point. If you take that away, then you got nothing. Esports are fucking awful. I hate esports. They're not sports. Then again, I have a couple of kind of weird or I guess alternative opinions on sports. You know, thinking that esports aren't real sports is like fairly normal. But then there's a whole bunch of shit at the Olympics that I don't think is like real sports either. Like, I don't think that, like, ballet and that kind of shit is real sport, even though it takes, like, a lot of physical effort. I think that esports are closer to being real sports than like ballet is, because in my opinion, and I know that this isn't like a dictionary definition, this is an opinion thing. Alright, but I'm allowed to not think that various things are sports. Alright, I'm allowed to decide what's a sport and what's not, because it's my decision to make, because I'm in charge. But like a sport, for something to be a sport, there should be like an objective qualifier that denotes a winner. You know what I'm saying? Like whoever can throw the, what is it, like a javelin? Whoever can throw the javelin the furthest is a winner, or whoever crosses the finish line first does a fucking sweet 360. Hell yeah! Is also the winner, as well as doing a fucking sick fucking BMX trick. Last stage. Let's get this done. But yeah, like with like ballet and stuff, it's like subjective. You know what I'm saying? It's like we the judges conferred and decided that we liked this dance the best. And it's like, well, what does that mean? You know? What am I supposed to take away from that? It's not saying that they're like objectively the best dancer, ballet dancer. It's like the judges deciding that they liked that routine the best, giving it the most arbitrary points out of 10 that add up to make arbitrary points out of 100 that go towards deciding who the winner is. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit, man. It's not a real sport. And like, you get the gold medal for ballet, and you must secretly know that it's fucking meaningless. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm just like a complete fucking edgelord, but I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm getting at. And I hopefully, you know, people listening will be like, yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, he's talked about this before, but I've been reconvinced. And now I know what makes a sport and what isn't a sport. But now we get to this is Windy Corner. Now we get to because I do know a lot of the names of the corners on this track. Just not too many. Now we get to now we get to another question. Alright, which is, does it matter what Joe thinks is a sport? Because aren't thoughts subjective? I mean, my qualifier for what makes a sport is objective. It has to have like a clear goal that makes a winner, right? But would it be subjective to think that is what makes a sport? Because I'm pretty sure it is. I'm also pretty sure I'm getting into like the kind of territory that makes a fedora tipper some kind of, oh, look how intellectual and smart I am. I have a Rick and Morty tattoo, but no, only the ladies can see it. Preferably a lady whose IQ is within 5 points of mine, preferably lower. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of guys. So I'm going to stop now. Sports aren't really my thing anyway. He says as he runs a fucking racing game channel, with racing being a very major sport. You know, the most expensive sport in the whole fucking world is like... Actually, the most expensive sport in the whole fucking world is like God damn it, is like football. And I'm not, like, you know, not American football, like football. You know? Like, they spend a fucking shit ton on those players, man. But I don't think that counts as the sport being expensive. I think that's just the players having high salaries. That's not the sport expensive, but which makes the most expensive sport in the world Formula 1, which is racing. Which is weird, because they pump the most money into that shit, and it's still fucking boring. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they managed to do that, but they did. Well, the end of my whole thing there about sports has ended. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, I hate football, it's boring. I only like X thing, and they're just big babies kicking a ball around a field. But like, whatever. I I I don't know how to like say this, but I like get it. You can like whatever you like, as long as like I allow you to like it, and that's how it should be. Because I'm the fucking smartest nigger alive, so like I should be allowed to tell people what they're allowed to like and what they're not allowed to like, and that's just how it is. Race over, I win. On the Honda 125, which would really influence my decision in whether or not I should buy that 82 model CB 125 Super Dream that I'm interested in. I emailed my dad about it. Maybe he'll get back to me at some point and tell me if it's a good idea or not. But until then, I need to find out when 2Car starts airing so that I can start doing the sidecar events. But next week, because I'm just recording it now and I'm on a semi-roll, next week I'm going to do the same races I just did just now, but on 250s. I think I got a topic to talk about for that, but I might struggle just a little bit.